It's the imaginary energy.
Noetic
i.e.
science, it's a whole field, noetic science. Noetic. Noetic.
No
Then, if ghosts exist, then what are they made of? Which of the states of matter are they made of?
That's why it's paranormal.
Plasma.
Plasma.
If they're plasma, they'd be superheated, in which case they burn everything around it. What do people report when they walk into a room with ghosts?
Cold.
Cold. So they can't be plasma.
Because they've absorbed all
They're
of it.
gas.
Gas.
If they are a gas, they would take the shape of the container that they're in, which means a ghost should expand to fill out this entire room. Or they wouldn't have a form. What would contain them? What vessel would contain them into a form?
A bed sheet.
The bed sheet, very good. Now, because of the fact that the bed sheet has much greater mass, what will it do to the ghost? Crush it on the floor, keep it contained there.
We'll go through it.
Therefore, if nothing we can come up with to explain what a ghost is made of fits into the known types of matter.
Known types of that.
Right.
Known types of matter. Let me explain something about known versus unknown. The burden of proof is on those who claim the exception, not the ones who follow the rule.
Agreed.
You want to tell us a ghost story?
I will.
We're gonna tell those stories.
Visible or invisible, but
Yeah.
not
I know
both.
some good ones.
Either they are visible or they are invisible. They cannot be both.
Transparent.
That's still visible.
Have you ever
That
been
is
to
still
a
visible.
mezzanine glass door?
That's right. And it is invisible. Can you make it visible?
Yes.
How? By adding something else.
No, light sometimes reflects on it.
Yeah.
Very good. You can do that. Yet, even though it's transparent, you will see the interaction of light on it.
Right.
He was a professor.
But in other words, not the extent of saying there's a ghost in this room and it's not seen and sometimes becomes visible. It's one
Yeah, I
or
think
the other.
they hide. They only come out.
How can they move? That's it, okay. They'll-
I think that's true.
How can they move? How do ghosts move? Do they walk?
They
They
fly.
float. If a ghost floats, that means that it must be lighter than the surrounding air, less dense than the surrounding air. What happens when I take a balloon that is less dense than the surrounding air
Goes away.
and let it go in this room? If I were to do that, what would it do?
Yeah.
So a ghost, if that's the case, if they float, you should be able to walk into a room and see where it goes.
What if it's
Stay high
equally
from the-
dense?
from the
Equally
top.
dense.
Then if they are equally dense, if they are buoyant, and they're equally dense, right? Then what would cause them to go up or down would be any type of force on it, which means you'd have to exert a force. If you're able to exert a force on it, it must be solid.
Well, why
Why?
are
What do
you
you
saying
mean?
them, you're assuming they're not solid because they don't fit into one of the matters that we know of?
Okay?
Yes.
The
Right?
burden
Is
of
that
proof.
right?
The burden of proof is on those who say it must be able to explain. To say it exists is not enough. You must be able to explain how it exists.
Okay.
So Luis is proving it with the facts that we already know.
Right.
With the facts that we know.
That
They
we
can,
know.
therefore, nothing, because of the fact that they're not made of any corporeal form, they cannot push against the floor. So they cannot walk.
What if you've seen them moving?
We'll talk about that because that has to do with perception versus reality. Yes.
When is the Q&A?
What is the Q&A?
When?
Oh,
I have a question, but I don't want to interrupt
Okay.
the flow.
As soon as the slide is over.
Okay.
Brittany, what do you think we've been doing here?
Now,
I'm being polite.
as we said, either they go through solids or they don't, but not both. If a ghost is made of a substance which can seep through walls, then it's also made of a substance which will be made of a substance that will also seep through the floor. And therefore, a ghost will only be able to exist on ground level. Because they just fall through the floor of anything you see.
Or they were just absorbed into the earth.
Even more so, they just go right into the earth, in which case,
They
all
get
the
their
ghosts.
heat from the core of the earth, and they be plasma.
And that's why they appear and disappear.
No, they have no ability to move anything because it takes force to move anything, and it takes being able to repel